Hey guys, Constance here at A Good Life Farm. So it is beginning of August and it's actually only about 85 degrees today. It is extremely humid, but it's not like 97. So I'm taking the opportunity to get out here and do some things because it is time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye to the summer garden, at least the vast majority of it. The other day I got out here and I got started. I took down the fence around the cucumber beds, the trellis, and I let the ducks have access to it. And as you can see, they have had a heyday. It has become their favorite spot out here. I had kind of hoped that they would leave those zinnias alone, but no such luck. So the loofah is still going strong. I mean, there's some leaves that are dying here and there, but overall it is still the jungle that it has been most of the summer. The loofah gourd that is in there, let's come take a peek here. I need to look it up and see if I need to take this off and dry it elsewhere or if I let it dry here on the vine. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. You can see how pitiful and sad the tomato plants are looking. They're not really putting out any more fruit. So those are going to come down. My queen line zinnias over here, we had this massive storm that came through the other day and it knocked these over, but they're still alive, so I'm going to leave them even though they're looking a little rough. But this was the one roselle that was still standing up, and it came down as well. So I'm going to remove that, clean this up a little bit. But I've got some space right down here in the middle, so I'm going to clean this out and plant a few things. And then these two beds over here, I'm going to completely empty out. I'm going to purge them, clean them out, and replant with some root vegetables. And of course, when I do that, the ducks won't be too happy because they'll lose access to this, but they'll live. Hi guys. Hello, Miss Edith. How you doing, honey? So really, as long as the loofah is still alive, I'm going to leave it because it provides shades for the ducks and everything. And looky, look what I just found. I knew there was more of these things up here. You can see why it is so hard to find them during the day, because they actually look like rolled up tomato leaves. Out here in the big garden, the marigolds and the zinnias are still doing pretty well. I'm glad to see them still providing new blossoms and color out here. It makes it cheerful to look out here. I've been coming out here and deadheading the zinnias, cutting off the dead heads so that the plant could focus energy on the new blossoms, and it seems to be doing pretty well. I need to come out here again. It's been a few days. We've had some bad weather and busy schedules. My great big sunflowers have become feed for the finches. I let a lot of these Chinese noodle beans dry up so that I can collect the seeds. I doubt I'm going to need that many to grow, but that's okay. The more the better, I suppose. So the squash plants are all going to get ripped out. I know there's a couple blossoms left there, but I need to use this space for other things. So I'm going to clean all of this out and use this area for planting new things. You can see here all of the pods that came from the radish plant, from these blossoms. It left these pods behind with the seeds. So that is so cool. Look how sad So sad, these tomato plants, but they have served us well this summer, and they have provided us way more tomatoes than we could have imagined, especially these black vernissage tomato plants. We were just so impressed with these. My basil has completely gone to seed. These brown stalks here are basically the flowers that have dried up. And if you just come out here and strip these off, the seeds are inside those, and so you can save those to replant. Oh, and the peppers are still going strong. There are still new blossoms setting on these plants. That just floors me. We've got peppers galore. Peppers were the first thing that we really harvested here in the garden this year, and clearly they're going to be the last as well. So I want to give you a quick update on what is happening in the kitchen. So I have been continuing to do the painting. All of these cabinets over here got their final coat of paint. All of the cabinets over there on the sink side got their final coat of paint. And then I finally started painting the uppers back there above the refrigerator. And I got the first 2 coats on there, and they will get 1 more coat with some touch-ups, or maybe 2 full coats, and then all of the kitchen cabinets will finally be finished. After those are done, then I'm going to start working on painting the kitchen walls the new color. You can see where I did a little bit of swatching back there on the wall. After the walls are painted, I will paint the trim, and then it will be time to work on my faux shiplap ceiling. So I'm getting excited to do that. And I got to thinking, if the ceiling in here goes as well as I hope it does, I may do the ceiling in my office too, and I'll show you why. So as I have mentioned in previous videos, the original owners of the house had an oven fire, which caused a lot of smoke damage, soot, and things like that. And while most of the house is fine, other than the kitchen of course, there is a spot right back here, and you can kind of see it when I back out there, right outside that door. And because we have that stamped, hideous stamped textured ceiling, which is basically the same thing as popcorn, it's just a different design, the only way to really fix that is to either scrape it all off or paint it, which never really works well, or cover it up. So we'll see how it goes in the kitchen, and if it goes well, I may add this ceiling to the list down the road. But I've got some other things that I need to take care of before I even think about doing something like that in here. I need to get my kitchen completely finished, and then I've got another project that kind of popped up, and that might be a big one. That might be a long-term one too, though. So I'll talk about that at another time. So just a quick update on the kitchen. We are seeing progress, and I'm so happy to finally have the cabinets about done. Alright, I just got a package in the mail. I'll show you here. I ordered some new t-shirts, front and back, and I got it in 4 different colors. I've got blue, kind of a turquoise color. I got this slate color and a salmony orangey color, as well as the purple. And I got those because when I go to the Homesteaders of America conference, I'm sure there's going to be gobs and gobs of people there, and I know that there are some folks that want to see me and meet me, and this way it will be a little bit easier to locate me in the crowds. So there we go. I got some new t-shirts, just had those made. Hey guys, so I've got my painting clothes on. I was out there this morning working in the garden, pulling out more stuff from the raised beds. I'll be planting probably about 4 of my raised beds here in the next couple of days. But I had to get them cleared out, and so I was working on the ones out there in the big garden. It is going to be a heat index of over 110 degrees today, so I was out there early working, and even that early I was just pouring sweat. So came in, took a shower, all that good stuff, and let's say it together, air conditioning. So I will take you guys out there a little bit later, closer to evening, and show you what all has taken place out there. But at this point in time, like I said, got on the painting clothes, and I'm going to get to work on doing the final coats of paint on my uppers there over the fridge. And then I have underneath this one cabinet by the stove that I remembered I needed to put one more coat of paint. Originally I wasn't going to paint the undersides of the cabinets, but then I realized, like, when you're sitting down you could see that it was unpainted, so I went ahead and painted it anyways. And plus I think it reflects light down onto the counter. So that is what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to get my painting on. Alright, so I'm going to try my best to show you what's been going on out here in the garden. I've been in the house today painting. I got about 3/4 of my kitchen painted today. As you can see by the paint all over me. That's why I wear painting clothes for that. It is still extremely hot and humid out here right now. I keep having to pause and wipe off my camera because it's fogging up. But here's what I got done so far. I cleared out this bed. This is the one that had the tomatoes out here in the big garden. It is clean, it is empty, and it is ready for replanting. So that was part of today. This was the candy roaster squash. I got this all cleaned out. That bed is just going to remain peppers for the time being because, as you can see, they are still producing. I mean, seriously, isn't that crazy? So I will not be taking these out. I'll probably end these when the frost comes. I deadheaded my zinnias today out here in the big garden. I still need to do them in the front garden though. I'll do that here in a few minutes. Can't believe how tall these things are. Yeah, these guys have moved in now. But I've still got some gorgeous queen lime zinnias. They are so pretty. So pretty. Alright, so these 2 beds out here are pretty much emptied out now. This is where we had the cucumbers growing up on the trellises. I've still got one zinnia plant out here, which I think I might stake up just to see if it can keep going. I don't know if it will or not. And then most of the long bed here has been cleared out, and I will be planting things in here soon as well. Hello, Edith. So I just love how this skinny bed is just overflowing with flowers now. I think it is so pretty. All the lantanas and my lavender, which has still not flowered. You guys are crazy. So as you can see by feathers being absolutely everywhere that it is molting season, as summer starts winding up, they start shedding a lot of their feathers to grow new feathers for winter. And when that happens, it looks like it's snowing out here. The ducks and the chickens both do that, so. Oh, and the geese, because I think Edith is as well, it looks like. There's just feathers going everywhere this time of year. And some of the chickens will start looking really, really rough. They'll look like they're just absolutely pitiful. Last year, I actually had one of my Wyandottes molted, and she never grew her feathers back. It was the strangest thing. It's something that happens sometimes with some chickens. This year she may molt again, and it may reset her system. We'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, it just looks like she's been in a fight with a lawnmower. So when I come out here and I plant these, I'll fence these off again to keep the ducks and Edith out. But instead of individually wrapping them, I'll just bring some chicken wire from over there, come around here, and just kind of block off the corner of this fence to keep them out. So that is the plan. It's a bit of a mess right now, but it's the change in the season. It's the time of year when we say goodbye to the summer garden and we start putting in the fall garden, and it's the next cycle. So it's exciting. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me here at A Good Life Farm. I will talk to y'all next time.